Hi, Mr. G Shave, Gary, Geraint, whatever you want to call me. Back to the normal routine now. No more full Monties, unless you decide you want to watch full Monties rather than two separate shaves. Let me know in the comments below if that's what you want. I'll do a full Monty head and face shave if that's what you prefer. Every week. Other than that, I'll go back to my 2 shaves per week, which is a head shave on a Friday and a face shave on a Saturday. So this is head shave number 16. As I say, back to the normal routine. I've wet my head down. I haven't put anything on it yet, but it was dried off in the time that I've But I'm going to get myself ready as usual with. I'll go through the software first. Proraso Mentholated pre-shave. It's a bit of a Proraso shave today. Proraso Mentholated shaving cream. Boots, tea tree and witch hazel. And then Proraso. I'm not sure whether this is mentholated or whether it's just the alcohol that has the cooling effect. It's got eucalyptus in it, so it should be somewhat cooling. And then to go along the cooling mentholated sort of scenario, if you like, I've gone for Loreal Men Expert Hydra Energetic. What's it called? Ice Cool Effect post shave gel. So there you go. Hardware wise, if you watched my last video, I did nick myself on the back of my head there somewhere. Was it that side? I think it was there. You can probably see it. There it is. I'm going to go with the Gillette Mach 3 this time, and my Betelgeuse or Bear, Yaqi Bear 28mm knot brush. So I'm going to get myself ready and I'll be right back. Right back. Got the pre-shave on. So straight to adding the soap. Just squeezing out the brush. And going on with the soap or the cream. That should be enough. I'm only putting that amount on there. Pre-shave wise, I only put sort of a thumbnail's worth. Don't know whether you can see my thumbnail. There it is. Onto my head, rubbing it all over. Very cooling, this Proraso Mentholated. So let's just go straight to it. I hope you enjoyed my post-holiday full Monty shave video with the images of the area I was at. If you're interested in seeing more of images like that, then I can always post them up at the end. Just let me know in the comments. I'll do it on my face shave tomorrow if that's what you want. I've got lots of images of the area, not necessarily from this time round, but from other holidays there. So as I say, if you want to see more, I've had some good feedback, so I'm glad you liked them, Chris. Chris from IMCDB liked the images and the video, so yeah, if you want to see more, let me know. If not, I'll just keep it to the shaving side of things. Right, that looks pretty good for my first pass. So we'll go with the grey. But yeah, so if you didn't see my last video, I really recommend you go back. I'll probably put it up in the screen somewhere, one side or the other. and it'll be probably linked at the end. But yeah, I had a good holiday. I feel a bit more relaxed now. It's weird, you know. It's almost like jet lag. I live in the centre of the UK, near Birmingham Airport, so you couldn't be much further away from the sea than I am. When you go down to Cornwall, the difference in the air, the quality of the air, the air pressure and things like that, and you're so much closer to the sea, and that fresh sea air knocks you for six for a few days. And it is strange. I don't know whether anybody else experiences that, but it certainly takes me a few days to get used to it. But far worse is when I come back from Cornwall, I've got my body's got used to the sea air and everything, and I come back up here and it takes a good 3 days, sometimes 4, for me to feel good again, you know, in terms of not continuously tired. But yeah, a bit of a strange one. I don't know whether anybody else has that experience, but yeah, one of those. But we go every year down to Cornwall. Have been for many, many years. I would say probably, I know I go to this particular, I've been going to this particular campsite since 2006, I think. I've been going to other sites in Cornwall prior to that, but this one is sort of suits our needs. When the kids were younger, they loved, and they still do love, their bodyboarding and surfing and things like that. And the beach that we use is a really good beach for that. It doesn't get overcrowded, because if you saw my video, it's only got a small car park. You do get a lot of people walking off the coastal path, walking down to the beach as well. But even with the cars parked all up the road, as you saw in the video, it still limits the amount of people that can be on the beach. So particularly good for these COVID days. You know, you can quite easily space out on that beach, not be anywhere, you know, until I guess the tide comes in, because when the tide comes in, there's next to no beach left at all. So yeah. But it just, you know, we enjoy that particular spot. I have been other places in the country, lots of places in the country, Scotland, Wales, all over. East Coast, West Coast, obviously. So I have explored the whole of the UK on holidays. But we kind of settled on Cornwall as being the favourite spot. I don't go abroad at all, really, on the basis that the injury with my back and stuff precludes me from flying anywhere. So if I was going to go abroad, I'd have to drive. You know, I just haven't got around to doing that yet. I mean, I don't mind driving, I enjoy driving. So going across to France, either getting the train or the ferry across to France is definitely on the cards. But I'm probably going to wait to do that. You know, when I'm planning to do that when I get my van. You know, and then that will make things a lot easier for me. Don't have to worry about finding hotels or B&Bs and things like that. I can just park up anywhere in Europe. Europe are a lot, you know, or at least France, Spain, Portugal, places like that. They're far friendlier towards van lifers than the UK is. And I'm not, you know, I wouldn't put myself in a van life you know, I'm not moving out of a bricks and mortar home and into a van. I'll be going away for months at a time, yes, but I'm still going to have a house to come back to. But right now, everything's up in the air. We don't know what the situation's going to be. You know, with this COVID. I mean, I saw somewhere that there's been a study done that actually, once you've had COVID, you will be immune. But it's only a small study, so until there's a more definitive, larger study, then you know, it's all in many respects it's hearsay, but hearsay with some science behind it. So we'll see. You know, once the vaccine is out and life starts to return to normal, to the way we've all been brought up, and I think that's probably going to be a couple of years before everybody's, either we've got herd immunity or we've got a vaccine against the virus. It seems that the virus hasn't mutated, according to some of the stuff I've been watching on YouTube, and Dr. John Campbell is a guy I watch, and he seems to be quite well respected, so but yeah, we'll see. When things ease up and restrictions ease up, that's when I'll think about maybe getting a van and, you know, either building the interior myself or getting one that's pre-made, you know, a coach built one or something like that. We'll see. But, you know, I'm not going to do that until things have settled down and COVID-19 is no more. Because, you know, with the stuff that's going on at the moment, you know, 1 minute you can travel somewhere, say Portugal at the moment, you can now travel to and you don't have to quarantine when you come back. But that can change from week to week. It literally can. So, you know, I'm not going to go anywhere outside of the UK until that stops. You know, it's just no point. I mean, it doesn't matter so much if you can go off for months at a time, I guess. It doesn't really matter so much. But right now, I just, you know, I'm a high risk. You know, I'm at high risk because of my asthma, which, touch wood, hasn't played up for the last few years, which is good. But when I get an asthma attack, a bad one, I can be hospitalised for weeks on end. I think the last time I went in, I was in for 3 weeks, and I was almost put on a respirator. So it can be quite scary when I have an attack, but at the moment everything's under control, and I get, you know, I do notice, certainly when it changes from hot to cold, or from cold to hot, when there's sudden temperature change and sudden humidity change, I do notice it. But it doesn't, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be sufficient to interfere with my day, let's put it that way. I might need a few more inhalers than normal. You know, because it's so under control at the moment. But yeah, so we're pretty much done with the head shave. Look at that, I've been nattering away and I've gone through 2 passes and the pickup pass. Just going to feel around. That's, yeah, that's BBS. So there we are. I'm going to clean up now and I'll be right back. Right back again. Time for the cold rinse. I've done the warm rinse, I've cleaned up everything. So let's go with the cold. This is going to be very cold. From experience with mentholated Proraso, this is going to feel really cold. Oh. It's like putting your head in a bucket of ice. Right. On with the alum. No sting at all. Yeah, the reason I went with the Mach 3 was because of that cut last time I did my head shave. I just thought I'll take it easy, give the cut a chance to heal up. And you know, as much as everybody criticises these cartridge razors, they are great for a head shave. I wouldn't say they're as good as the Leaf, but they're certainly good enough. But your mileage may vary, as the saying goes. But yeah, somebody asked a question that somebody's been watching some of my old historic videos, and one of the questions was, do I use the same razor every time? And the answer is no. I kind of like to swap and change a little bit between cartridge and the Leaf razor, and eventually I am going to, you know, go with the DE razor, the safety razor. I have had a go and I have practiced a little bit on holiday with mixed results, but until I'm confident enough not to slice my head open, which, to be fair, I think that was reopening my practice run with the DE on my head when I was away on holiday. So the Leaf reopened that, and that's why I went with the Mach 3, because I thought it gives it the best chance of not reopening it. Right, let's wash this off. But I am getting more confident with a DE razor on my head. And it will definitely feature in one of my head shaves soon. Right, so on with the tea tree and witch hazel, Boots tea tree and witch hazel. There was next to no burn with the alum block, and no burn at all with this witch hazel, which this can really sting if you've been a bit rough with the old head. On with the Proraso. God, this is a big bottle. It's at least as big as the Williams bottle I've got. Just different shape. Oh, I do love such a lovely smell, scent. I do like this aftershave. And it does have a cooling effect. And it would do if it's got eucalyptus in it, so that's fine. And then on with the Loreal Men Expert, what's it called? Ice Cool Effect. And it's a gel. And you don't really need to squeeze this, it just comes out, just drops out on its own. And it is a clear gel. So that's going on, and that has a nice scent to it as well. Sort of goes with the Proraso quite well. Right, that's me done. Head shave number 16 complete. Let me know in the comments if you'd rather see me do the full Monties all the time. I'm happy to do that. But if you prefer the twice weekly, one head, one face shave, Friday and Saturday, then put that in there in the comments below, and go from there. So It's from the Gillette Mac 3. And me, Gary. I'll see you tomorrow for the face shave.